welcome. You are here with Dr. Nilda Perez with Business Foresight, creating strategies towards your extraordinary future. Hello there, and we're back. Okay, so good morning, Katie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We were able to pull this off yet one more week, so we're doing good, huh?
We are doing well.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so today our guest is Raymond Collazo, and Raymond Collazo is on his way. There was traffic.
Oh no.
Right here, yeah, on 84. Very bad. It was a very bad accident.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he's going to be a little late.
But he's safe.
But he's safe. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it wasn't him in the accident, thank God. So what we're going to be talking about today is about innovation.
Okay.
All right.
What exactly is innovation?
Oh, I love the question. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what innovation is, and I'm going to start by giving you the agenda of exactly what I'm going to go through. Remember, we talked about last week that one of the things that I was going to do was do a little training prior to introducing my guest.
Yes.
And I love to teach. I love to train. And this is an excellent opportunity. And, again, I want people to walk away with information and, walk away knowing and feeling that they got something more out of this than just another radio show.
Well, I'm ready to learn. So.
Okay, awesome. So on the agenda today, we're going to talk about what is innovation, why you want to be innovative,
Okay.
and how an innovative mindset takes you from a concept to be influential.
Okay.
So to your question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I see you like sitting at the edge of your seat.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So to define innovation, it's going from idea to impact. It's the creation of something that brings value that people want to pay for. They're willing to pay for.
Okay.
So it has to satisfy a need. If you come up with something innovative, it has to satisfy a need. In other words, if you're a cookie cutter or copying, that's not innovative, and they're not gonna get the same results, because it needs to satisfy that need, and it's the act of doing things and methods that provide solution to a problem.
Okay, so we're providing solutions to problems.
Right, and
Okay.
that's what an innovator is.
Okay.
So, because primarily we talk about business here for those who have businesses, this, I would say, absolutely positively is something that you should apply to your business. However, this is something that can be applied to anything, and I know you know that because you've come up with very innovative ideas on different things to do with, even in your youth group.
Okay.
Right? You're very, and we've discussed this before, you're very innovative in how you, not only how you capture them, but even what you do with them.
We have a lot of fun. I mean, I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and I've definitely learned a lot, and I'm excited to hear more about what you can teach me, so I can continue, hopefully, to be innovative with the kids.
Okay. So when I talk about innovation, I'm going to bring an example. I'm going to give you a couple of examples.
Should I take notes?
I think you should, honestly, seriously. You guys want to give me a few moments to grab your pen and a piece of paper. You know what I think I was thinking about this the other day, and I didn't actually do it, but I think for the upcoming, for the upcoming trainings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a worksheet.
That is so smart, because I am not prepared for class right now.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, well, luckily you can hear this again, and then you can grab your pen and paper.
Perfect.
So I want to give you an example of an awesome innovator, and that's Beto Perez.
Okay.
Beto Perez he took exercise by storm when he brought up the Zumba.
Yes, I love Zumba.
You love Zumba, right? Well, what he did was that he changed the world of exercise to an activity of fun, and it became a fun and social experience. So you're doing this with other people, Zumba you're doing with other people, you're actually enjoying yourself. Yeah. It's not the mundane exercise.
Right, you don't even realize that you're working out.
No, and it's very social. You notice that it's the same people, and you become friends. And,
right, a little community.
Yeah, it's a little community, exactly. So he solved the problem of boring exercise by making it enjoyable and entertaining and taking the work out of workout.
Perfect.
Okay, so seriously, because I think the best part of Zumba is the fact that it's such a dance that you don't actually feel like you're working out, and you're totally working out every part of your body.
Yes, afterwards you're like, what did I just do?
Yeah, why do my toes hurt? Yeah, seriously. So that's what that's what an innovator does. So to talk more about innovation, an innovator is open to change and transformation.
Okay.
They're not really into the mundane, and I can tell you one of the things that we do as human beings is that we're very difficult to change. We're yeah, as much as we talk about change and wanting change, we really resist. We are very resistant against change. But an innovator is not. An innovator is at the forefront of everything new. So that's new ideas, new technology, new communication.
Yeah, it's important.
New processes. They take educated risks. They're risk takers, but they're not just risk takers for the sake of.
It's a calculated risk.
It's a calculated, well-informed risk,
Okay,
right?
good to know.
They're attracted to change. They're always looking for what's new and what's changing. They're always looking at ways to change it.
Okay.
And an innovator is an early adapter.
Early adapter.
Yeah. This is like a whole training in and of itself. But I want to kind of like throw this out there
Okay.
so that we can discuss it further later.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I definitely failed by not
Yeah.
bringing my notebook and my
That's
pen. But
okay. That's okay. Because remember, fortunately, you're going to have the opportunity of hearing this again.
what?
Yeah. So an innovator introduces new things. He makes changes. He's flexible, and he
Okay.
adapts to change very well. So now, there are different levels of innovation.
Different levels?
Yeah. An innovator is somebody who, like I said, he adapts well, and he's ready to make the change. However, he's not necessarily, but can be, a visionary.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So a visionary has foresight. He imagines beyond like the traditional and the tangible, and he shares his vision and imagination. A visionary is not necessarily one who creates the solution,
Okay.
not necessarily the one that creates it, but
good
he
to know.
knows the end result, and he has the details of what he wants at the end.
So he makes the plan.
He makes the plan. He has the vision for what it would look like. So let me give you a case in point. Steve
Perfect.
Jobs.
Okay.
Steve Jobs was a graphic artist. He had definitely tinkered with computers, so he knew what computers were about. He knew what they could do. But the one thing that frustrated him to no end was the fact that they were just. I don't know if you probably don't remember. This is probably even before you were born. I'm still dating myself, but computers used to had a black screen and green letters. I mean, neon green letters. It was so difficult to look at. And they were really, honestly, they were word processors.
Okay.
There was no internet when computers first came.
Right.
So imagine a graphic artist having to look at a black screen with green letters all day.
That'd be frustrating.
Yeah, to say the least, right? So he had the vision to make it user-friendly, to make it colorful, to make it aesthetically different.
Wow.
So he had the vision. Now, of course, he didn't have the computer science background.
Right, okay.
So he couldn't actually create it, but he had the vision of what this would look like. So then he pulled together a team to be able to take it to the next level.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
There's so many different things that you do. Where in your life do you feel that you have vision, or that you can definitely exercise some vision?
I would always say with my youth group, I mean, I get excited. There's lots of things that I want to do and build community that we have in the church and in the towns. We're doing a food drive right now, and we have a basketball game that's going to be an accumulation at the end. I don't know if that counts.
It does. So what is your vision for this group? Like, where do you see this group 5, 10, 15 years from now?
My hope is that we educate these kids to believe in the faith themselves. Because a lot of times people will just tell you have to believe something because that's what we believe.
Right.
Why should you believe something because I tell you, right? So
Right.
if we educate them and we teach them, then they can turn around and make the decision to say, I'm going to act like a decent human being because I want to. It's the right thing to do, not because so-and-so said so.
Okay, awesome. So do you see this group doing something like super, or what do you see them doing in the future?
we do a lot of volunteer work, and I hope we can continue that and to outreach into the community and help other people, and we focus a lot on self-worth, and I think that's a really big thing as well.
Okay, awesome, awesome. You see, so that's a visionary. You're taking that and you're developing a vision, not just for yourself, but for these kids and what they can do in the future.
Oh, thanks.
You know, so moving right along and going on to the next thing. Then there's the creator.
The creator, okay.
The creator. So the creator is the person that takes that vision and he makes it come to fruition.
Okay.
Okay, so a creator takes an idea and he develops it into a reality. Now remember, the creator is not necessarily one person. It can be a team of people.
Okay.
So the visionary has the vision, and first he's an innovator, and he's willing to make changes, and he's looking for things to solutions. He's looking at problems to solve. Okay. Okay. Then he has this vision of where he saw a problem and where he wants it to go, and then he may do this himself, or he may solicit a team,
right,
or a group of people. I'm sure that you don't work by yourself.
Oh my goodness, no.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have a team of great people.
Exactly, and that's what we are. Like, see, even in this case, like if it weren't for this teamwork, we need a team of people to be able to bring our vision to fruition, to make it real, to make it tangible, to make it something that will take us to the next level.
Agreed.
So this is what the creator does. The creator takes that. It's almost like, if you can imagine, it's like a football or baseball team, right? That teamwork grabs it and then he runs with it and he does the next thing.
They execute the play, is what you mean.
There you go. That's what they do. So you're taking it from thought to expression.
Okay.
So
we're in a huddle offense, and then we're executing. I got you. There
you go. Absolutely. Cool. See, you're an awesome student.
Thank you. You're an awesome teacher.
Okay, so then we're going to take this to make it tangible. So going back to Steve Jobs, he had the vision for a Mac, which was called a Macintosh a few years ago. Very long name. And I think that's when he made it a Macintosh. I swear this guy must have been, I don't know, he must have had an apple and says, we need to name it. And
as is happening, yeah.
Macintosh.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't even imagine where that came from. But so that's what we have today. They've continued to perfect the Mac. From a Mac, he came up with the vision for an iPod. Yeah. 1,000 songs in one instrument, in one small object. From that, it went to an iPhone, and from an iPhone to an iPad, and heaven knows what else. See,
we're still going.
Right, we're still going. But see, the visionary was the one that got that spinning. So the creators today, they can remember, like when he died, it wasn't like it was all over. Why? Right. Because he was the visionary. But the creators can continue producing and continue creating his vision. They can keep developing it.
I see what you mean by different levels now.
It makes sense, right?
Yes.
So remember, this can be the same person, or it can be different people. It can be a team of people. And I have to tell you, the best work is done in teams. Yeah. The best work is done. No man is an island. No man is an island. So the best work that's ever done is always done in teams. And this is where these can be different people, this can be the same person, but no man is an island. Yeah. So I think we have more to come. I'm going to do a little bit more of the training, but I think it's a good place to stop and let's play a song. Okay.
Good job. Oh, wait, turn this off?
No, turn it off so that they can hear.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like we
Oh, I do.
Yes, I can. We'll find out.
If I have a commercial, how do you?
Because it comes up blue like in the feed along here. So you just tell me when the song is supposed to be over.
So in about 30 minutes.
Okay, so tell me when it's like 20 minutes. And you're posted it all.
We're doing good. Been?
How long it's been?
Yeah, how long have we been?
The show.
No, music.
No, you have to watch it on your laptop. That's what you're playing.
But it seems to be like several songs, so I don't know when it's gonna end.
Okay, well then I can fade it out.
Can we?
Yeah, so hold on. Don't touch your thing yet.
Si el balance de sus tarjetas de crédito
Mira,
está
pause
fuera
your
de
thing.
control, llame a Consolidated Credit. Si está cansado de
Is it
hacer pagos
paused?
mínimos mensuales y no ver
So then we have
resultados,
50
llame a
seconds.
Consolidated
I'm back
Credit.
from
Si
the
las
commercial.
tasas de interés de sus tarjetas de crédito son muy altas, llame a Consolidated Credit al 800-590-1359. Hemos ayudado a más de 5 millones de personas y estamos listos para ayudarle. Podemos rebajar sus intereses, reducir sus pagos hasta un 50% y ayudarle a eliminar sus deudas rápidamente. Si está luchando con las deudas de sus tarjetas de crédito, Consolidated le enseñará cómo salir y mantenerse libre de deudas. Llame ahora al 800-590-1359, 800-590-1359, 800-590-1359. Consolidated Credit Counseling Services, 6701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Worth, Florida, 33313. No es una compañía de préstamos con licencia del Departamento de Servicios Financieros de New York, el Departamento de Regulaciones Financieras de Vermont, Maryland, DM 19, Oregón, DN 80031. Los servicios.
And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, so what I want to talk about now is kind of continue on the theme of innovation.
Okay.
And this theme of innovation is going to go on because this is really where Raymond Collazo is a genius. And he's come up with some really awesome things. But I want to be able to talk to the audience and be able to share with them a couple of books that I've read. I have to tell you the one thing, people think that education should only be formal, and most of us, when we're done with college, we're like done with reading. But truth be told, there's so many fabulous things out there to read that will really jar the mind and kind of, help us grow.
Mm-hmm.
And so two of the books that I know that have been awesome to help broaden my innovative and visionary mindset are Built to Last, Successful Habits of Visionary Companies. This book is written by Jim Collins and Jerry Porras. And the one thing they said is the habits of a successful company is to be a visionary. Visionaries, they state, position themselves for continuous change. So they also say that visionaries see what others don't. But
Okay.
I believe a lot of that is because they're looking for what others don't.
Right.
Visionaries preserve the things that are successful, but they're comfortable with transition and transformation. Another great author is Gareth Morgan, who wrote Imaginization. This is a super simple read, and one of his quotes is that it's impossible to develop new styles while continuing to think new ways.
Okay.
So mindset is pretty much everything. If you have, a mindset that is willing to make the changes and to be able to see things that others don't, and constantly be looking to solve problems, whether that's in your job or in your business or in whatever you do, making it your ministry, in your organization, to always look for things to make it easier, more open. I was discussing with one of my clients the other day about different business models.
Okay.
He has he's trying to develop a nonprofit, and I was like, there are other business models that are probably better than a nonprofit, and
Wow.
and we discussed that, and that was something that he was, of course, I sent him just to read some books on that, because the truth is that, I can tell you and I can help you, but, that's limited. So imagination is about improving our abilities to see and understand situations in new ways, finding new images and new ways for organizing. Innovation is not change for the sake of change. It really is not change. It's developing habits of seeking problems to solve, of anticipating a better way, and of establishing a mindset for creativity and solutions. So why do you want to be innovative? You want to be innovative because you want to stay ahead. You always want to be ahead. You want to be always thinking creatively and solve complex problems. And technology has taken that power of rapid change right away from us. So most people that want to stay doing the same thing forever, they're really struggling because innovation is really just, it's
Right,
just.
they don't have that freedom anymore.
No, technology is changing everything, and people that, I know even with banking, I know some people that they still want their bank book. We don't even have those to give them to you
I'm
in
not even sure I know what that is.
Yeah, so, again, they're being forced, and so staying ahead just makes it that much easier, because it just becomes a process. So, then lastly, I want to leave it with an innovative mindset. An innovative mindset takes you from concept to impact.
Okay.
Thomas Edison was a man whose vision and creativity and innovation was to light up the world.
Yeah.
And it's something that today we have electricity as a result of him.
Yes, I'm very thankful for that.
Oh, we all are. So he says that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, which means hard work.
I can attest to that.
So, okay, so, and again, I want to also bring up the last thing I want to leave you with, and then we're going to go right into, segue into Raymond's awesome interview. He finally got here, and we're very excited about that. So, an article that I read in the Harvard Business Review a couple of days, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, innovation, mindset, and action. It says that an innovator acts on opportunity. He thinks to resolve tough dilemmas. He breaks through compromises. He is resourceful. He is powered through compromises. He is laser focused on results. And he is passionate about making an impact. And I think with that we can definitely segue into Raymond, who is this fabulous innovator. And you guys are going to hear it in just a few minutes. So we can kind of break the song for a few minutes.
That sounds perfect.
And from there we will we'll set him up, and then we'll be right back.
All right. Hey, how are you?
Let me ask you, I thought there was a plug over on this side. That's
There's
the
one for
closest one?
each chair, each
That's the closest one, I always thought there was,
There's one there, there's one here.
Three, yes.
See if that works, it doesn't on the line.
You just can't have the coffee in here.
Yeah, you just leave that
That's not a warehouse dad, mine is out there, so.
I got it.
Thank you. I've been staring at mine through the little window, being sad, so don't worry, I get it.
This is way bigger.
Run that on and see if it works first.
And then I'll do the commercial thing like we did last time for
Is it? You gotta play with it.
I mean,
Play with the plug.
Are you
Where's the left one? Where's the plug? A little bit in the bottom.
The left headset.
So
you got
right, the adapter, if you just move it within the little port, it's nice. and
Okay.
easy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it better?
And you can
I'm
adjust,
just gonna get my pen out the car for you.
okay,
That's right. No, I'm not gonna do
you
that.
can adjust the volume on the bottom too as well.
My car. Hey, Nilda, how are you, my dear?
Can phase it out.
Okay, now I'm gonna play a commercial and then we'll cut.
Le debe dinero al IRS. Le faltan declaraciones de impuestos. Ha recibido un
Every
embargo de
minute.
salario de su cuenta de banco. Tal vez un gravamen de impuestos ha sido presentado en su contra. The Tax Firm of America le puede ayudar con todos sus problemas con el IRS. Nuestro personal profesional negocia asentamientos, reducen penalizaciones e incluso pueden eliminar embargos y gravámenes bancarios muchas veces dentro de 48 horas. No espere un segundo más. Actúe hoy mismo. Llame al 1-800-930-5573. Si usted o su negocio debe más de $10,000 al Estado o al IRS, y usted es una de las primeras 100
Don't forget
personas
that's not the most important thing, I still need to get his audio, so you're not gonna get him, he's gonna be behind that. He'll hear it, but he won't see it.
Esta oferta está
Unless you
limitada a las
move
primeras 100 personas que llamen.
Unless you move the camera. But we can do that after, you have 5 seconds right now, so just worry about this.
Okay, so while we're on the air, maybe. Okay. Hello, and we're back. Okay, so Raymond, you made it.
Yes. Good morning,
Yeah,
thank you.
good morning. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Raymond Collazo. Raymond Collazo is an innovator and a visionary. He is Dominican. He was born in New York City. New Rican, but it says here.
Yeah. No, you're
So he enlisted in the United States Army Military Police Corps 8 years, but he was there for 8 years. He is currently a student at CUNY City College pursuing an MFA in creative writing, which you're going to explain a little bit more
Absolutely.
about. Raymond is tricultural and trilingual. He lived in Germany and Italy while he was in the Army, and he served as a paratrooper in Afghanistan. He's also the CEO, and this is the most fascinating thing about him. He's also the CEO and the founder of FilmLinkUp, a tech startup for students pursuing careers in the art of filmmaking. I was at an event a few weeks back, an investors event, where Raymond spoke about what he does, and I have to tell you, there was like not one eye blinked. It was really fascinating, his presentation and what he's actually doing. So I want him to share. I want him to share about that. I want him to tell me about what he's doing, and I want to talk a little bit about that before we jump into the questions. If you can just give me a synopsis of what it is and the direction that you're going with this.
Absolutely. FilmLinkUp is striving to ease students' search for internships and accredited internships, as well as creative projects that they would be able to work on while they're still in school, while they're studying. So they're not limited to just the course curriculum and what it is that they can complete outside of the university and the curriculum. They can create it, record their progress on FilmLinkUp, and use that as evidence of what it is they've completed to show their professors for the credits that they would be able to receive toward the degree program.
Okay. All right. So I have to tell you, I see you as an innovator and a visionary because you saw as an innovator, you saw that there was a need, and you actually envisioned a solution to that. With that said, what do you identify as a need that helped you innovate this solution? Where did you see the need, and how did you come up with this solution?
Well, as a student myself, it's hard finding students to collaborate with, and you don't have time, you don't have money, the resources. And when I was writing my first screenplay, I was already overwhelmed by the coursework that I had for my undergraduate degree, and then writing a screenplay and finding students to collaborate with. It was just too much. I didn't have the money, the resources, and I thought it would be, we thought it would be as a team, a great idea to create something that would benefit students, because they didn't have to worry as much about the time and the money, the resources, whatever work they would be able to complete can count towards credit. Why should, with technology, why should a student be limited to the in-class curriculum when the world is at their hand? I mean, everything they do outside of class can count it as something that they're working on for their degree program, but they have no way of tracking, no way of managing their project online to show their professors or their educators what it is they've completed. So we thought it would be great to help them out in that aspect, to help them record it, to help them network with students from different universities and create outside of school while still working toward their degree program, so they don't feel like they have to choose school or their passion of filmmaking, acting, or graphic design, and it can just be all-inclusive, so to say.
Okay. So, I know all about FilmLinkUp, but I want you to tell the audience what makes FilmLinkUp innovative.
What makes FilmLinkUp innovative is it being a hub for students, finding the talent they need for their projects outside of school, but also something that's helping them grow professionally and academically at the same time. So they get to find the talent online, find jobs that need student talent to help them create media projects. So it's just it's this place for students to go and grow.
Okay, so would it be fair to say that FilmLinkUp is innovative because you saw a need and you addressed it? Like it was, you found a solution to the problem, because even as a student yourself, you found that there was a problem. You thought that there was a problem. As a screenwriter, right?
Correct.
So pursuing your degree, you found that there was a problem.
Right.
And then you did not say, wow, somebody should fix that.
No.
You said, I will fix that.
Well, yeah, we will as a
Right,
team.
and then you brought together a team
Absolutely.
to be able to take that to the next level.
Absolutely, because I think you mentioned earlier, you brought John Donne up, saying no man is an island,
Right.
and that's absolutely correct. How can one person alone accomplish these things? You need to create some type of super brain, some super group to help execute the plan that we created, and
Right.
yeah, so.
Right. And it's a God-given gift that we each have a piece of a whole, and bringing those people together is really, that's amazing. So what makes FilmLinkUp unique? Is there anything else like it, or is this being mimicked somewhere else, or?
There are competitors, but none of our competitors offer students a way to acquire credits that would go towards a degree program. And I think that's what that is what makes us different. That's what makes us unique, is it's specifically for students to progress both professionally and academically. It's the portfolio that they can carry on from their university times and carry it towards whenever they are going to get hired by a larger company, a larger media company.
Okay, so is it fair to say that you saw this, like you found this as something that you can perfect? Like it was something that was something like it, but then you saw this and said, that would be great if that can be changed, or I want to tell you, kind of like Steve Jobs. There were computers. He didn't create the computer, but he perfected it, and he made it better. Would it be fair to say that that's what FilmLinkUp did?
Yes, we had to find something very small, even though the student body isn't a small, but out of the whole film industry, to focus on that one niche and solve the problem for that one niche.
Fabulous. I love the word niche. I love that, because that's exactly what it is. So you've solved a solution, you found a problem, and you solved the problem for a niche group,
Correct.
which are the students.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fabulous. So, who is FilmLinkUp for? I know we've talked about students, but is it for anybody else? Who are people? Who are exactly, I know, because it's not just any student, like if you're a nursing student, would this be, who is this exactly
Students
for?
in film, media, and theater departments, the students that are pursuing a degree, undergrad, master's, PhD, what have you, in the arts. But not only these students, it's those outside agencies, those companies that need to hire students. They benefit from FilmLinkUp because they are then able to recruit the talent that they need to complete their media projects. They can recruit writers, they can recruit storyboard artists, they can recruit certain cinematographers from the schools and not pay as much as they would to some other media company that is already full of professionals,
Right.
but it allows these students who are talented, chosen by professors, to complete these projects at a higher degree.
Okay, so, it's not just for the students, but is it really about them finding, like, and I hate to say this, cheap labor, or is it that these students are really up to par and are competitive with the people that are making the big dollars? They're giving them that break, but
Yeah.
are they?
Absolutely,
is that fair to say?
absolutely. I'm gonna bring this up because Hollywood is bankrupt, and I don't mean bankrupt for money, but they're bankrupt of ideas. And these new ideas come from students.
Oh.
These new individuals that are seeking to break out into the industry have these wonderful works of arts already in them, but they have no way to express themselves. And that's how FilmLinkUp will be able to assist them in giving them that platform to stand and find their crew and create the art that's necessary. But when you were saying that cheap labor, it's not necessarily cheap labor. It's, although these companies are getting it at a much significant lower rate,
Right,
these companies might not have the money to pay these larger companies to complete their media projects.
right.
So they give the students an opportunity at a lower cost to complete those projects.
Okay.
And it's also lower cost because they are at the same time working toward their degree program.
Okay, and they're new in the industry.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I read a few years back, and I have to tell you, I don't remember exactly where I read it, but I know that I read it. I read a few years back that a lot of large companies are looking to smaller companies, to smaller graphic art, all of the technology. They're looking to smaller companies and oftentimes startups because they feel that they get more undivided attention than they do from the bigger companies.
Mhm.
So the bigger companies are so used to doing like mass work that they feel that they get lost in that. So I think in that sense also FilmLinkUp has that advantage.
Mhm.
That not only are they, innovative and not only, but these are fresh new ideas, they're innovative, they're visionaries.
Mhm.
You guys are actually learning and practicing
Mhm.
at the same time, and yet you're, you have the time that if they want to film or they want, if there are actors or if there are people trying to break into the industry,
Mhm.
this is a great platform for them where I believe that, you guys will probably be having things in the Sundance.
Right, right.
What do they call that, the
Sundance Film Festival,
Festival.
absolutely.
Right,
Mhm.
because they do the, what do they call, small screen?
Mhm.
And I think this would be ideal for that. I think this has that potential.
Mhm.
You know.
Absolutely. Whatever we've actually formed a few relationships with different film festivals, and we are
I love that.
we will be incorporating a competition within the students so that they can create what it is that they're creating is not only for school but to be elevated to that higher platform, to Sundance, to Tribeca, to
Right.
all these different, to Cannes, these film festivals,
Right.
based on what they create. So
Right.
it's going to be a lot more. It's just going to take some time and
Mhm.
a lot of communication with the students to see what it is that they desire from us. Yeah.
So let me ask you, as an innovator, how does it feel to be spearheading something that it has the potential of being super big?
It's really exciting, and it's really tough because when you're creating something new, it's not like everything just falls into place at once. So it's really exciting. It's more exciting than anything, but it's just a lot of hard work at the same time.
Yeah. Well, anything that's worthwhile is hard work.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that's awesome. That's fascinating. So we're going to break into song for a little bit, and we will be back, and we're going to go back to okay, and we're back. So I have a few more questions that I have, and I don't know if you guys are quite as fascinated as I am with this whole thing. I have to tell you, when I met, honestly, when I met Raymond, I was like, so, I know,
It's an important
sorry about
question.
that,
Don't
that's
worry
important.
about it.
Yeah, I didn't know him, I just met him and didn't, but no, honestly, when I met him, I was really fascinated. I don't know if you remember,
I do.
you were probably, I was like
do.
wide-eyed and saying, all I kept saying was like, oh my God.
Mhm.
Oh my God, he did such an eloquent, well presentation, and not only that, the details, and again, me being, foresight is in business is my big thing,
Right.
and I just saw the merge, and I was like, oh my goodness, to actually see like a breathing person that's actually doing this, and from the onset is amazing. So, I want you to tell me a little bit about your background and what brought you here.
Okay. Well, so I was in the Army for a little bit.
What age did you?
I joined when I was 18, back in 2004, May 2004.
Okay.
Got out January 2014, and a little less than 10 years. 2 in the reserves. I was military police the whole time. And I got back. I felt I needed to go back to school, and I got with my cousin, and actually FilmLinkUp was originally a different idea at first. It was a different idea, and this was back in 2009. My cousin, Neil Fredith Santana, he had this idea called FilmBucks. And I remember I was in Italy at the time, and he was telling me, I have this amazing idea, and we gotta do this, man. We just gotta, it's about films and film bucks. People could vote on it, and the popular ones will get into competitions and contests, and we'll get them into film festivals and this and this and that. And then it kind of fell through. And then I got out of the military, and while I was in undergrad school, that's when I was beginning my screenplay. And when we started thinking, I said, Neil, what about film bucks? We never did, like, what happened? And from there we thought it was going to be hard to get what we needed, get our crew, get our money, secure funding, locations, and then that's when we thought, why don't we create something off of that old idea of film bucks, different, but let's make this just for students, and let's make this so that it's easy for students to find who they need. It's easy to students to create art. It's easy for students to put it in one area, one central location, and let's just help these individuals, and let's make these students as happy as they can be through what it is we have to offer.
Right.
And if we do that well, then everything else will fall into place. But let's just focus on one group of individuals so that we can begin the domino effect.
In one of the trainings that I teach, I actually do an upside down triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And my point with that is that I explain that everything in our lives, so the Bible says that our gifts will make room for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that never really made sense to me until I actually got this idea of everything that we are, we bring on to the next level.
Correct.
And so, of course, we expand.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how your background in being in the service and how that was able to bring you where you are, because we are our experiences.
Absolutely.
We are the sum of
We're
our
a bundle
experiences.
of our experiences.
We are the sum of our experiences, so it comes all together. So explain to me, how did it come together for you?
It happened in Afghanistan.
Okay, tell me about it.
It happened in Afghanistan. Something inside me was telling me that I needed to get out. That I don't know, it's just, I knew I would have been fine, like, in the military. I knew I would have been fine. I would have progressed to whatever rank I would have desired truly to accomplish, because it's all within the individual, and having
Right.
faith that you can accomplish whatever it is that you put your mind to, as long as you have a positive mindset and you want to. I just felt like, even though I felt in Afghanistan, I just needed to get out, and I needed to do something else, and that no matter what it is that I did, as long as I started going to school and learning more about myself, that things would start coming. And that's what happened. Things just started coming. And as things came, I just couldn't sit there and let them be there at my grasp without putting the energy into bringing it into fruition, without manifesting it. So then that's when that happened. That's when that initial domino fell.
Okay.
And it's just that decision from 2012 in Afghanistan to continue forward.
So the discipline and a lot of your experiences from that,
Yes.
have you brought into being able to create FilmLinkUp?
Oh my gosh, I have to.
Yeah.
I have to wake up at times that I don't want to wake up. I have to continue to be in this fake boot camp that I've created in my mind.
Oh, I love it.
So that I can just do it.
Yeah.
I have a drill sergeant in my head that's always yelling at me to do the things that I need to do, and stop acting like a buffoon when I don't need to be, and just focus. Do things, maintain a rigid routine. I just have to. I have to keep even my body, which is mind, body, and soul,
Right.
in discipline, and that's what I've been able to carry on from the military as well.
Fabulous. Now, what is the phone number, Katie? Do we know the phone number to call if there are any questions?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and the number is 845-485-1390. Again, 845-485-1390. So if you have any questions for my fabulous guest here, please feel free to call and ask him. In the meantime, I'm going to continue with my interview, and we await your call. So, one of the questions that I have, which is something that I'm super into, is what are the trends that you recognize that honed into the creation?
The trends that we recognized was students not having somewhere to go to check out what projects, like somewhere reliable. There's Craigslist, yes, there's these other sites, but there's no central database for students themselves.
So you centralize.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, you centralize the process, and everything is right there. So, students from different professions, would this be something that they could be interested in, or they can benefit from?
You mean different professions, like?
Different professions, like let's say if there are other students in different professions that can say, hey, you know what, maybe, what are ways that other people can, if they have an idea, that they can connect with you guys and be able to possibly benefit from this?
If students have an idea, they would still be able to benefit from FilmLinkUp, because FilmLinkUp wants to assist students in bringing their ideas into fruition. So if you have an idea for a music video, if you have an idea for a short film, you can still upload your idea as a student, as any type of student, and find a crew of students to make that idea happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be a paid internship. It doesn't necessarily have to be an internship, but you can still utilize FilmLinkUp to create the art that you may have within.
Okay. Katie, you're in communications.
I am in communications. competitions.
And how do you see FilmLinkUp as something, as a platform that would benefit you?
I think it's very important. I mean, back when I was in college, I did theater myself, and between both worlds, I know everybody kind of talked, and they went to the communication students when they were doing film projects, and they went to the theater department and said, hey, we're doing this, and you know, how can we work together? So I think it'd be really important for, you know, the program that you're talking about, if it was introduced to colleges, if
Of
you know,
course.
you could come to local colleges and widespread and say, hey, we've got this wonderful program, you know, going on. Here's how you can be a part of it.
Okay. And how have you
That's
done
exactly, yes, we are doing that. We haven't come up here yet. Sorry about that, Katie.
I forgive you.
We're located in the city, in New York City, so we're getting the CUNY schools together, City University of New York, as well as NYU, Tisch, Columbia, New York Film Academy, Digital Film Academy, School of Visual Arts. Those schools within just Manhattan itself, they don't have that connectivity. So Katie, imagine you being in Marist and being, or let's say in NYU, you're in NYU and you're studying, you don't necessarily just have to collaborate with the students within your school.
Right, my
So
program.
even over here in Marist, you can, I don't know what other universities are over here.
There's like SUNY New Paltz.
Yeah, so you can
there's
find
so-
those other students that might be able to help.
Right,
with
that would be really important. I think it's exciting as someone who was in college and did all that to know that those experiences and opportunities are out there.
Yeah.
We'll make our way up to Marist though, soon
Okay.
enough.
Well, I'm excited.
So, in wrapping up here, as you can see, Raymond Collazo is a fascinating young man. His vision, he has created his vision and innovative platforms so many students can be able to develop an outstanding project. And not just one project, but many projects.
Correct.
The idea is to be able to make this so widespread that it'll probably even be national. Is that
Correct.
Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
So, so if you're a student, a producer, a screenwriter, an actor, did I leave anything out?
Makeup artist,
Makeup
That's a
gaffer.
lot, yeah.
Oh,
This-
yeah.
That's a lot.
Go ahead, yeah.
Anything. There's so many. It takes an army to create a film, and those filmmakers that have already been part of it, they know the struggles that those individuals that you make the movie with, the short film with, the music videos with, they become family, just like those individuals in the service that you serve with. But yes, there's anything that
Costume
is necessary,
designers.
costume design, set design, all of that is necessary in filmmaking, in theater, in media. So if you have aspirations to be involved in that, please log on to FilmLinkUp and put your email on
Okay, so how would they find you?
www.filmlinkup.com,
Can you spell that?
www.filmlinkup.com.
Okay, fabulous.
Awesome.
So, this will end our fabulous, and we definitely want to have you back.
Okay.
Because I know every time I turn around, he's doing something else. He's doing more. So we
Yeah, actually
definitely want to
tonight
have you.
after I'm hosting an event tonight. It's a poetry event
Yeah.
down in the city, so I have to right after this I got to go back down. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. And he came from the city, so this is huge.
Oh,
This is
Well,
huge.
thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me.
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
So, well, this ends our program for today. We're wrapping up. The one thing I want to tell you that for a very limited time only, I'm giving away my most recent book.
Okay.
And if they go to www.drnildaperez.com/ebook, they can have my book. If they want any information from me also, they can go there. They can go to drnildaperez.com. Nilda spelled, it's Dr. no dot, DRNILDA Perez, PEREZ.com. Or if you want to reach out to me and you want to talk to me, you can call me at 845-206-4602.
Good to know.
So we're going to wrap up with a song, and this ends our program for today.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, it's great having you. This has been a fabulous time. So, there we go.
I want to thank you for being with us on Business Foresight, always creating strategies towards an extraordinary future. Remember, I'm here with you with strategies every Saturday. I'll see you next week.